I'm making a video out early. It is what's called EarthDay here, except it's not really Earth Day, but it's the town cleanup. And, people, well, two or three anyway, show up to do something beneficial to the environment out of compassion, let's say. Yeah, sorry. So this is all going to be psychobabble kind of talk. Well, something opposed to sort of psychobabble that's out there. Regarding what motivates people, what drives people, how brains work, psychology, all that kind of crap probably. So I have to play with my own neuroses, as I have an anxiety disorder. And the place they're going to go clean up is kind of outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, it's kind of far, far, far away. And so it's going to be a long walk. And I'm just getting too old for this shit. That kind of thing. My back is shit anyway. But anyway, I'm doing it. I'm starting. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't have much expectation that I'm going to be able to deal with the, being in a circumstance where there's just maybe too many people, too much noise, too many cars, too much stuff, and it's going to flood my senses and cause my neuroses, my panicky kind of reaction. My brain is going to say, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And, which is its 40-year pattern. We'll see. Sometimes it doesn't work. My brain says it, and I'm able to say, fuck you. I feel good. Everything's okay. But other times usually, the tendency is that, any little misery I have becomes a bigger misery. And the warm, comfortable piece of my couch becomes, more and more compelling. And I avoid. I get the hell out. It really is quite... I'm trivializing it in a sense, but this disorder really is quite, it does create some profoundly miserable sensations, and you really are quite sick. And it's not pleasant at all. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing, but it's in the context of, okay, so To Be Serious posted a video to Concordance, expecting him to, debunk the pseudoscience of some Davison guy who's a neurobiologist, or whatever they call themselves. So he's had some education, and yet he calls the Dalai Lama His Holiness. Any scientist who calls the Dalai Lama His Holiness, or Your Holiness, or any of that holiness crap, frankly, they should have their scientific credentials pulled. Please. It's just so obnoxious. So anyway, I don't even... Can you do the short of it of these kind of things? It's just wrong on so many levels. The whole monkey thing. Of course we can recondition brains. They're reactive organisms, organs, and the reactions are conditionable. We're conditioned all the time. There's some people who, if I tell them certain words in a certain order, like your husband's dead or something, they'll faint. They'll actually have a faint because I said words to them. Words will go into their brain, process. Their brain will hysterically react with a bunch of chemicals, and they will faint. They will lose consciousness. Now, this has been a phenomenon that's been observed for forever, and yet this guy, this scientist of hers, talks like he invented it, like he discovered something new, that brains are reactive, and that through practices you can change the brain's reaction. Amazing. Yeah, this is the other dilemma. The stream's a little high. It rained like hell last night, and so I might be thwarted before I even get started. Yeah, looks pretty thwartable. Oh dear. I really don't want to have wet feet all the way there. I really don't want to take my shoes off, but there aren't a whole lot of options here, are there? Let's see, I've come this far, right, as they say. Really no big place upstream. Probably take me less time to take my boots off. Okay, boots off. And I'll see you in a bit. Whew, that was cold. Yeah. So I just noticed something, again, you're conscious of being conscious when you're talking about being conscious. And so I didn't have a place to sit to put my boots back on, so I was doing it standing. And, I've noticed myself being kind of sloppy when I'm standing on one foot, but it's only the one foot. I mean, it's the stroke leg that's the problem. I had a stroke 10 years ago, and even though it seems recovered, it's the change that has taken place in terms of the wiring is apparent when you test it with not normal behavior. So 1 foot balance on that 1 foot is not really as practical as it is on the other foot. So just throwing it in there, and that the science that To Be Serious can link to was a lot about changing the brain, how it's changed. And it was all in the veil of this compassion word. Like there's a some sort of, how do you even do this? They had a word for it. I hate that I've forgotten it because it's such a funny term. But, they're like, these monks have a professional compassion practice. They can just pop into full compassion mode, and they do it in their heart. It's just pathetic to call this science. So anyway, the evidence for it is, yes, they use scientific instruments to do it, but it's, MRIs and all that stuff. But it's not good science. You want to see differences in brain activity. Put a drunk in the MRI. Put a kid stoned in the MRI. And you'll see a difference in brain activity. Tell somebody to put the professional compassion practicer and compare him to somebody you tell to just think about butterflies. Butterflies, nothing but butterflies. Don't think about anything but a butterfly. Try to just think about butterflies. So the whole thing is just and I imagine you'll have similar results comparing it to something. The alternative is think about nothing but people on fire and car accidents, and see if people's heart rate goes up and brain activity changes. I'd say of course it would. And we've known that forever. So anyway, just this junk is everywhere. All this psychobabble stuff. Clearly, our whole personality is a mush, a distillation of personal experience. And there's certainly lots of routines. Like I'll go for a little run here soon. So I'm late, number one. Number two, it might de-stress me. But there's activities you can engage in, whether it's meditation or running or contemplation or listening to music or whatever it be. That could be a ritual, a way to get your brain, do a soft reboot kind of thing, organize it, get it ready for what it's going to do. We all do this when we face something we might be afraid to do. We have to get ourselves in the mood. If you're going to go skydiving, there is that point where you have to push yourself out the plane, and you play a few psychological games to get yourself comfortable with that idea. And this is the nature of having a psychology. This is not magic or something we haven't known forever, that we're reactive personalities. I guess nobody would really want to play too long or too hard with the idea that yes, we can be molded into anything. We can be conditioned into all kinds of different people. You could start with the same baby, and depending on how you expose it to the world, it will be a substantially different human being. He'll end up in a very different plays, very different styles of play of the game. Just by changing a few environmental circumstances, a few habits, a few ways of interacting, you could completely civilize or decivilize human beings. I think that's another thing that's quite apparent, quite obvious. The connection between boorish and cruel and crude behavior, and less than brilliant, less than enriched maturations is pretty clear. Not that there aren't lots of evil, sadistic lunatics that come out of the elite, but again, they're created also, by another perversion of environment, one that's so protected or so indulgent, that they gain no appreciation for real risk. If you lived your life as a high wire performer, and one guy did it all the time with no net, another guy did it all the time with a net, I'm sure that they'd have very different MRI scans regarding what they're doing. It's life's going to do that. You're going to have to condition yourself quite differently when failure is a possibility and when failure is an impossibility. You're going to have a different mindset when there's not much risk in an equation. So, it's all kind of bullshit and such. So I better get to the run part here. Semi-nice day, a little chilly and everything's wet, but so far not horrible. Yeah. So till shortly or whatever, or however. Yeah, I'd be back. A little winded. I haven't been here in a long time. This is where I used to hang out when I was a kid a lot. That used to be the first house on my paper route on this dead end here. all the way up that hill for 4 miles. Anyway, yeah. So even those kind of things, right? It did give me a mindset when I was a kid, having a job. I had to do it every day. You had to do like the mailman, rain or shine. Couldn't make excuses. People stood at their doors, waiting for their paper. Couldn't be 10 minutes late. Couldn't be a little wet. So you learn not really compassion, but you learn a kind of practical, well, this is what you got to do in the world to be a respectable human. You got to perform these duties appropriately and such. So they still call this Patriot's Path. So this should end up where I'm heading. At least it did when I was a kid. Whether it still goes there, I don't know. It should be a little side path that'll take me up the that away. But frankly, it shouldn't be for a while. Well, not too much of a while. Yeah. It's all the, things hook around, come down the other side. So even though that point and the point I'm going to end up with are about 2 miles away, as the crow walks, they're almost next to each other in each other's backyard, so to say. So yeah, I haven't been here in 10 years. Yeah, about that. So they have fixed this. This used to not have gravel on it. It used to be just a mud trail. So it's kind of nice. They've made it's better than the path in the official park in my backyard, which is sort of irritating. Yeah. Why do these people have it better? Not in my backyard, huh? Yeah. So anyway. I don't want to get off the subject too much. Trees are down here too, of course. Big ones there. That's an old fall there, of course. See, they put in all this piping. Very nice. Big pipe there. Yeah, very nice. Look at this big plastic pipe. Didn't think they made plastic that big, vinyl. That is a big one. So up this stream should be my goal. Usually these environmental things have something to do with the headwaters of the Raritan River. Yeah, see there's some junk there. I could probably pick that up now. Oh, my back. Yeah, I'm not going to be very useful. Oh, yeah, horrible drinks for pigs. Anyway, horribly colored. Look at that coral. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, what else is news? Squirrel, gray squirrel. If you can see him or not, I don't know. On the tree, turning around, running. Yeah, this camera doesn't have high enough resolution for that shit. So anyway, so I should be able to just follow the marshes here. That's the commons over there. There's the stream is going that way. But this path should V up here if I recall. And then I should be able to. Yeah, it should be. So that's kind of neat the way they did all this up. Yeah, very nice. So, oh, that's a big tree down. Big tree. And that must be, I don't know, 15 feet of tree roots in the air. Yeah, it's a big bowl. So anyway, yeah, I'm getting a little worried that I'm not going to get to the proper destination or something. Creek is still here, so it's looking good. But who knows? I just don't like being this far from home. Yeah, it really is nice up here, though. Very nice. Just amazing, all the trees. I mean, Puro has the same thing, just a ton of trees down where he is. But it looks like his are down because it's a bog. Maybe beavers did it. But isn't that, this is so nice. Anyway, I should get the other camera out. Get some high definition. But, one step at a time. Get where I'm going first. So anyway, psychology is obviously mutable. There's power words, power thoughts, power ideas. You can veil the rituals in all kinds of mumbo jumbo, but they're all just programming mechanisms. They're all just bits of Morpheus that you run in your head, and the little Morpheus program can boost you up or it can tear you down, and it's just the way it works. Yeah, you become stronger or you get weaker, and that shouldn't be the right road. It should be. God, it's further than I thought. I said that already. This bridge is about to go. Now the question is, that won't do it, I don't think. I gotta go this way. This is just winding around and around. Yeah, so you can start watching me panic. I start having some negative thoughts. Oh, it's winding around and around. Oh, I have to walk home. Look at this nice little marsh. Yeah, very nice. It has all that tall grass growing in the summer. Very nice. Yes. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, cool. It's because look at that. You got duckweed, you got mush, you got crud, slime, goop, glop. Oh, probably a ton of mosquitoes grow in there though. Look at me, I'm carrying, a bunch of crap. I thought I was I thought I was right there actually. Now this looks like something promising. That's a big building. That should be where I should be ending up there. That's where the people should be. They're the ones that are going to scare me. Yep, that really should be them. And unfortunately my path is going this way. I ain't walking through the marsh, that's for shoresies. I guess that's why the path goes all the way around here, because this is really wet. So anyway. Yeah, I used to be able to, it used to not be this wet. You used to really go straight into that back of that building there. Well, the building wasn't there when I was a kid. It's a health and racket club. Yeah. So I almost, some of the things I almost did. Yeah, I almost had a yogurt shop inside of there. Almost. Went out shopping for the hardware and, making the deal, and it all kind of just fell through because, it's one of those things where kind of all the risk was going to be on my capital, and the owner of the place was going to be kind of, oh yeah, well, if it makes money, I get money, and if it fails, don't bitch at me. You invested. See, there's no path here. I am in big trouble. I gotta get over there. Over there I gotta get. Can't be going this way. This ain't gonna get me nowhere. So there's a path here. Not very likable, but it'll have to do. Alright, am I done? Yeah, I'm done for now. Just rambling and rambling. I'll be fretting over, I can't get there. No, I don't want to get there. That's the irony, right? I don't really want to get there. So this would be a wonderful excuse not to get there. Wow. I don't hear anybody. But then, yeah, why would I hear anybody? 4 people show up. There's another. There's a whole bunch of garbage in here. I'm not picking them all up now. Get a bag and do it proper. All right, I think we'll just conclude here. Look at that food. People are pigs. Yeah. Undergarments. Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a popsicle and a fuck. Okay. Yeah. Humans are just so disgusting. These people really are pigs. This is a beautiful area. And look at this trash. Fuckers. Fuckers, I say. I'm probably gonna get arrested or something. They'll probably think I'm bringing my litter. Yes, I'm bringing litter to throw. Look at all this crap. Terrible. Horrible. This is a fence here. So I should be able to walk along the fence. That should take me to the wizard. Yes, the wizard bridge. Ooh, it's a good one. Okay. I'm rolling now. This is stupid. I have to call an ambulance to get me home. Anyway, look at that nice lumber. Ooh. Ooh. Me steely. Ooh, forklift. Ooh. Ooh, me wanty. Me wanty, me takey. Me heavy. Me something like that. What the hell, man? I haven't been here in so long. I don't know what all this crap is. Holy crap, I made it. Yeah, I didn't think. This is way out of my range.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
no civilization. Ooh. You have to keep these things closer to my house.
Sorry. Oh, but this is where
Well,
it
I found a
is.
ton of garbage. Yes,
Yeah,
there's
I
so
see.
much garbage out there. So yeah,
It's
lots
my
of work to do.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
All right, made it. Yeah, pretty successful little adventure. Oh, I just put the camera away. Pretty stupid of me. Yeah, this is really nice. But I'm not getting it out again. As I'm tired. Having a real cigarette with me. It's a reward for being a good citizen and such. Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think I took the wrong path. We'll find out. See where I end up. Lost. But lost in a really nice place to die. Looks like one of those places where you just get eaten by the swamp. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. This is just, yeah, I remember this. So when we came this morning, there was no frogs. So, see, remember the duckweed? Frog. So the frogs hadn't quite woke up yet. But it has warmed up. And is quite lovely and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't more. You know, I find so few turtles and other kind of animals. Well, this is such a nice environment for such stuff. I'll really have to try to get here in the summer. Yeah, I really will have to try to do that. Yeah. So, what else is news? I have to remember which way to go here. There are some interesting little things here and there. I remember the inverse of how I came. So I do remember this bridge. Oh, there's a piece of litter. I did bring a bag with me, but I'll do it another day. Too tired. Alright, I think I came down this way. Yeah. So let's see, what can I say interesting about the psychological experience? So anyway, yeah, so I'd actually been to some place I hadn't been in 30 years. You know, the local mini mall. And that was really interesting. But, you know, I did walk around a little. It was pretty bold and comfortable. And all of a sudden the brain started wheeling. And subconsciously it was saying, this is not your normal environment. Something unusual is happening. You don't like this. You know, I wasn't saying it consciously, but it was saying it subconsciously. You could just feel the tension start to grow. Yeah. And once the tension grows, the thoughts now start kicking in. You know, as soon as you feel the feedback, you just go with that. And it just keeps accelerating. And I'm sure that's the exact opposite for meditative practice, is a negative feedback instead of a positive feedback. You just keep practicing the negating of sensation, negating of what your body's saying, and keep controlling merely with imagery, mental pictures and such, thoughts, symbolic words, mantra, words, ideas. Sorry, looking. This is this is really the beginning of the Raritan River kind of thing. One of the beginnings. It's not much of a beginning, but it is what it is. It's trying its best. So yeah, the stream I cross down here a ways is the same stream as here, except it's twice the volume by the time it gets to where I am. And but that's how streams work, and sort of the inverse of the delta. They just get bigger and bigger. So, just actually, gotta have markers, you know, indicating which path takes you where. They just have these blue symbols, which aren't very helpful. No, I just remember to keep bearing leftish. And so, but yeah, I'll definitely have to do this again. This is really, it's a very different forest than the one in my backyard. A lot more trees, no barberry. Well, no is the wrong word to use, but a lot less of it. I mean, if this was my woods, it would be barberries all over the place. The barberries apparently don't like the wet. And perhaps the deer don't like it as much either. Maybe the deer deforest this area less because they don't like wet feet or something. Yeah, maybe. It's a possible potential theory. Yeah. That's a nice idea, isn't it? Too bad they didn't do more of that. Look at that. Yeah, you put a couple of notches in. Oh, flatten this section. There you go. Not much of a view here right at the moment, though. Bunch of felled trees. All right. I shall come here and sit here again. So says I shall return, as famous people say. With many soldiers. Yes. We shall take rightful ownership of the kingdom. Yeah. Instead of in Mendham, it would be my Mendham. Look at all these little vinyl pipes. There was somebody, they did a lot of work back here to improve it in some way, I suspect. And I do remember it. How you doing? An old healthy gent. Out for a jog. I gotta do that again. Jogging thing. I just can't get into it. You know, I just can't get the. That's another mind thing, right? It's all mind, mental. You know, you wait for that second wind to kick in, and it all gets real easy. You know, once you get past that initial, oh, I hate this. You know, it gets better. And I just haven't been willing to, you know, push through the I hate this part. You know, to get to the it's better. And it's, oh, it's just a log. It did look like it was growing in an arch. This is an interesting half a bridge thing. That's kind of weird. I guess the other side got washed off or something. Because it does kind of want you to, it does kind of want to just push you, you know, it does want to just push you off the bridge. Yeah, it's lovely, lovely. Babbling and such, you can hear it babbling. God, I'm tired. I had a long walk ahead of me. Long walk. Miles to go. Yeah, where I rest. Or sleep. Or rest or sleep. I have to go back here sometime. There's a little pond over there. It's sort of in their backyard of the Richies. So you gotta be careful not to offend anybody by walking on the semi-private public property thing. So anyway, enough of that. So, I guess that's about it. As a kid, they hadn't developed any of this, so this ended right here. This was all being deforested for the development they put up in there. And, you know, and just, you know, but it's all kind of grown in. It was kind of a environmental mess for years, but obviously has matured into a fairly nice arrangement. There's a lot of water here. If I come here in the summer, I bet you that won't be as much water there. There's some garbage for me to get there. Yeah. You know, last time I was here, that was barely a trickle. Anyway, I think I've probably wasted enough of your time. So I will get to just walking instead of talking. So, good news is it worked out okay. I did my little civic duty thing, and it was a nice day, and it was okay. Let's go on a walk. So, until later.